once you come as a human being, you need to understand your destiny, and not only your destiny, the very way you experience your life is 100% in your hands. What happens in the world, the problem is people are always thinking what happens in the world. See, what happens in the world is a consequence of the times in which we live. See, today we are in 21st century, I'm riding a motorcycle from Ljubljana to Venice, and you are in Mumbai and I'm talking to you.
Yes.
Suppose we were in even in 20th century or 19th century or 18th century or 10,000 years ago, could we do this?
No, no, for sure not.
So what we are doing right now is not all ours, it is the consequence of the times in which we exist. But unfortunately, people misunderstand what is it that I am doing, what is it that is a consequence of time. So largely, most of the things that we are doing are actually a consequence of the times in which we exist. If you don't respect that, if you don't understand that, you think everything is happening against you. Nothing is happening against you. It is a certain time. It is a certain time that certain things are happening in a certain way. Now, if you don't want… people are saying, oh, these gadgets are killing me, then you should have been born 10,000 years ago as a caveman. Oh, you would complain like crazy even then, all right?
Yeah.
So,
for different reasons, yeah.
We are in a given time. This is our time on the planet. Our time on the planet, what can we create, what can we do is 100% our business. This is why the Save Soil movement, it doesn't matter what we did in the last 50, 60 years' time, damaging the soil, but if we make up our mind, now, in the next 15 years' time, we can turn back from the brink of disaster. And this is a great challenge and also a great privilege that we can do it, because if you allow it to go for another 25 to 30 years, then the next generation will not be able to do it, because the biodiversity loss would be at such a pace that is happening at such a pace that you won't be able to turn it back. So right now, will we turn it back, or are we that kind of people who will turn back from the brink of disaster because we foresaw it, or are we those people who will sleep through this and then fall over and grieve over the disaster later on? So this is the choice we have, that… see, there are people who always grieve over what happened, or there are people who avoided the disaster. But the problem is, when you avoid a disaster, nobody notices it. See, right now, people in India, for example, this is something I've spoken, a whole lot of people got upset about this. See, before 2013, 2014, there were so many bomb blasts all over the country, in almost every city. Every month there was a bomb blast. Since then, all the blasts, whatever has happened has, unfortunately or fortunately, have happened only in the border towns and border areas. In the main cities, it's not happened. Do you know how hard the security forces and intelligence agencies have worked to prevent this? But when you prevent, there is no explosion. So everybody thinks nobody has done anything. Yeah, they are working day and night to prevent it. So prevention needs to be appreciated. So right now, what we are looking at Save Soil is to prevent the disaster. When we prevent the disaster, oh, you said it will happen, it didn't happen, this is all rumor mongering. No, this is proper science, but we can prevent it. So prevention is important. This is not for accolades, this is not for getting awards. Then you can create a disaster and then do rescue. Well, you get lot of accolades for that. If you prevent a disaster, it will not be noticed. But that's how it should be in our lives, that nothing went wrong. That is important.
I think that's what… I don't know if that's a thing, but I think nature helps you when you're trying to work with nature, I guess.
So, nature is always supporting and helping us. The question is, are we even smart enough to receive it? That's the whole thing. So right now, what we call as our life is just a consequence of the life that is happening beneath our feet. But we are treating soil as an inert material, thinking that… just now I was in a meeting with the agriculture minister of Slovenia. He was telling me about the European policy that he also doesn't agree with. that they're coming up with. They're talking about complex measures, how much nitrogen you must add, how much phosphorus, how much phosphates and stuff that you must add, sulfates and phosphates. But this is not the way to do it. We have to make the soil alive, because only if it's alive, life will thrive upon this planet. So instead of seeing how to make it very alive and then see what is deficient in a given soil and add the chemical that you need to, we are thinking without… See, right now, if you have all the vitamins, nutrients, whatever you need in one big injection, can you give it to a dead man and say, I gave all the nutrients, so he is doing great? No,
No,
it is only
no.
because you're alive, it's all happening. A little addition will make a difference. A little
Yes.
vitamin or little nutrient will make a difference. But
Yeah.
if the basic life is taken out, and then what is the use of all these nutrients? So I was talking to him, most probably I will address the EU Parliament or the members of the European Commission. We are seeing how to do that. But this is what is important. First and foremost thing is we understand that soil is a living entity. It is not inert. It is not in some countries, in India, fortunately, we refer to soil as mother soil, but
Understood.
now in many countries, they refer to soil as dirt. If it is dirt, you and me are dirt bags. You don't look like that. You look wonderful. But if soil is dirt, we're all dirt bags, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. But yeah, like I know exactly what you